Hi everyone, it's Angela with scarsandtiaras.com. Another episode of Alive to Thrive coming to you live from my bedroom in the chaos of life. This week I wanted to talk with you about thriving when the past keeps coming back to haunt you. Let me break that down for you. What I mean is, every single time I try to do something a little brave, a little out, someone from my past comes out of the woodwork again. It never fails. If I just say, okay, I'm going to go do all these queries to get my book out there, someone will come out. And last week I had the interview with the Pixel Project come out, and it was a little bit of a big deal for me and just public-wise. And sure enough, somebody came out of the woodwork again. And as I saw this person's name, I felt everything happening inside of me. I felt all of those little girl fearful thoughts popping into my head suddenly of, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh no, I was too loud. I spoke out again. I'm going to get in trouble. This is going to end in an attack. This is going to go wrong. All of these things were just hitting me left and right. And I really, in that moment, felt like I just want to shut it down. I just want to quit everything and go hide under a rock again and pretend like nothing's going on and I wasn't making any sounds. I was being a good girl. I was being very, very quiet. Now, I've come a long way, and I know that that's not going to fix anything. And I try always to remember that I'm allowed to tell my story. I'm allowed to own it, and I'm allowed to share it, and I'm allowed to do whatever I need to do with it, A, for myself, and B, to help others. And those are my goals. So how do you thrive, though, when these ghosts from your past are coming out? I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. Every single time it happens to me, I have that reaction. I want to hide, I want to run. Fight or flight, flight, every single time. But I know that I'm only going to get better, and I'm only going to conquer those ghosts, those whispers, those lies, really, if I stay in fight. And that doesn't mean getting into a fight with that person. It just means standing my ground and saying, I'm not giving in to that. I'm not giving in to fears. I'm a grown woman, and right now I am safe and I can tell my story. So what do you do when, because you're telling your story, it causes strife in your family, causes issues? Well, in my own family, I can tell you that I'm not in contact with probably 85% of my family. A lot of this has to do with the same thing that I've talked about. I'm the girl who tells. I'm the girl who says, there's been an injustice. There's been something wrong. And I'm not going to sit down and pretend like it didn't happen. And so every single time I speak out, it makes somebody angry. That's not easy. It's not easy to know that you've been a little bit ostracized or you're not looked at in the same way than others when the only reason is because you, the victim, spoke out. And it does feel like if you're the one who is really just kind of taken out of that family in its own way, it feels like you did something wrong. Like you're the one. And it's a lot like victim blaming, victim shaming. So how do you deal with that? Every family is different, of course. For me, I just had to reach this point where I had to be okay with not being in touch with everyone. I had to be okay with the fact that I was doing what I needed to do to protect myself and my nuclear family. And that meant shutting the door on some people and letting them go. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. But the reward of that, the outcome of that is so much more important than that person's feelings. Because my feelings have to take top priority when essentially it's like taking shots of poison. Eventually those shots of poison will kill my very soul and my body. And taking care of me and not taking those shots of poison anymore is what's most important and how I'm going to heal the best way that I can and be the best version of me. It's not easy to let go of family. It's not easy to let go of people you love, even if those people have hurt you. But taking care of yourself has to be a priority, because especially if you have other people in your life, children, a spouse, friends who make up your family, you cannot be the person you need to be for them if you are so busy trying to sit down, shut up, be quiet, and walk the way you're supposed to walk and talk the way you're supposed to talk and do all the right things for this person who has hurt you, or this family who doesn't believe you. You've been damaged enough. You've been hurt enough. So take a minute and take some time to look at what it means to let go of this toxic piece of your life and embrace all the love that people have for you on this side. Because every time you close a door, which is hard to do, you are opening yourself to one more other person being able to love you and take care of you. Someone who doesn't want to hurt you. Someone who believes you. My family now is made up richly of people who are not related to me by blood at all. And I'm a much better person for it. I'm a much stronger person because all of my friends and people who are in my life, and of course my husband and my children who are my family, they feel me and feel my soul and believe me and want me to heal and want me to be whole in a way that these people who just don't care that in that way don't belong in my life. I don't know if that's an answer for you. I don't know if that helps you to see how you can thrive, but I want to encourage you to let go of that which is not good for you and grab onto those who are reaching out and want to love you and do care about you. But most of all, reach inward to yourself because you deserve to love yourself. You deserve to be loved and taken care of by you, especially if the people who were supposed to love you did not. If that helps, wonderful. If you have a question to follow up on that, please do leave me a comment. I'm very, very open to going in deeper about this specifically. I don't like to point fingers and name names, but I also don't like to sit down and shut up either. So it might mean by going a little bit deeper, I'm going to be opening that door unintentionally for more people to come out and more people to have things to say or just to show up. And it's going to be a little bit scary when that happens, but every single time I can fight that fight or flight and win, I'm going to be better for it, and I think you are too. Until next week, this is Angela with Alive to Thrive, and we are in it to thrive, and we're going to just keep fighting the good fight. Thank you.